I identify as an independent just by virtue of the fact that the parties have gone so far to the right, so far to the left, that it's very difficult to identify with one particular party.
I'm a Democrat. I think social justice and like a lot of progressive issues have been like closely intertwined in my life.
You know, I think when you say you identify with one party or the other, people come to a lot of assumptions on every policy issue. And so in that vein, sometimes people don't want to identify one or the other. I would say that I'm more Republican.
I feel like I'm more independent just because I feel like people, especially like with social media, they kind of treat it as like I stand on one line, I stand on the other.
Socially, I find myself, it's the traditional cop-out answer, but I do think there's some merit in being fiscally Republican, socially liberal.
I identify Democrat only on social issues. It's the only reason why I would identify with it, because there's certain things that I can't allow myself to agree with that I think the Republican Party, for instance, on like, I don't know, women's rights, marriage equality, certain things I just can't sign up for, but it doesn't mean that I agree with everything that the Democratic Party does.
I'm all about personal freedom, personal liberty, and I think the Republican Party wins on those issues. That's not to say that the party doesn't have its flaws. That's not to say that I don't agree with some more progressive issues.
I don't like to identify with either or just because I feel like depending on the policy, like my views could change. I know like a lot of Republicans are in favor of school choice. I personally support it coming from a poor area and having opportunities to go to school in better areas. But when you look at other issues like immigration reform, I would consider myself more liberal. And so I feel like it varies on the issue.
If it's between the two Democrats, because I don't like Republicans' viewpoints, pretty much.
I am registered unenrolled, but I lean more Democratic.
I'm kind of in between, I guess. There's some things that I would put on both sides, but I don't know, like maybe on a spectrum, sort of near the middle, but maybe a little bit more right, I'm not sure.
I actually don't identify as either. I would definitely say that I'm like definitely left-leaning.
Places like Harvard and a lot of these top schools, there isn't enough representation of conservatives and Republicans, and there are two parties in Washington, there are two parties in government, and so I want to be a smart representation of Republicans.